Hi everyone, welcome to our treasure hunt. We are going to be cooking and then we're going to look at the pattern and say we got Farm Life and Mr. and Mrs. Walter Judd. And Robin's here, so thank y'all for being here and everything. So let me, says, hi TV watchers, hi chat, and hi replay watchers. So, alrighty. So do y'all have anything, clean this camera, looks kind of, there it goes back in focus. Alright. New Year's Day. Are there any traditions that y'all do? Like what you cook and what you eat? You know, the old wise tale things of things are supposed to be eaten for prosperity. They call it luck or whatever you call it to bring in the new year. Well, we've got our black eyed peas. We have our cabbage. And I am using turkey sausage because I cannot have roast beef or corned beef or anything like that. So we're just going to make a little bit of it. Then we're going to go get that pattern and look and see what we're going to do with that pattern. And y'all see me have trouble opening cans with this can opener. And I still think it's the cans that don't want to work right. And this is like the fifth or sixth one that we have. I'm going to save up and get an electric can opener. Oh, come on. Well, at least it gives us time for the pan to heat up. I'm getting one of those old-fashioned ones. You just, oh, there it goes. Like, back in the cowboy days. Whew. Alrighty. So, I'm going to drain this just a little bit. Because we're going to cook everything in one skillet. I'm going to cut a little bit of some of this cabbage. And I'm saving the leaves right there because I want to make some sauerkraut. I miss having sauerkraut. Alrighty. And my hip is locked up. So, yes, I am walking funny. And it popped earlier, and then it was alright. And then it went back to the way it was. So I want to cook this first before midnight. Because this is supposed to be my New Year's Day meal. I'll do it on the live tonight. And now they had my son fixed the chicken. It's chicken noodle soup, basically what it is. But as he was making it, he put the red pepper flakes into that pot. And I looked and I was like, I didn't say anything to him because he likes stuff hot and spicy. And I was like, guess why? So yes, between the potatoes and the red pepper flakes, and everything. I know why my finger is doing what it's doing, why my eyes are watery, and all that good stuff, and then itching. So, Carla, we figured it out why I was itching. That's why my eyes water and right here itches, and I'm just like, so it could not be food. It's probably not the black pepper, but I'm just not going to use black pepper. I know seasoning makes food better, taste better. Right now, I have to. Having made collars, we made Hoppin' John in the Instant Pot. Oh my god, that sounds so good. I'm sorry your hip is kicked up. Yeah, it hurts and ankles. Yeah, it's like, it's right in here, which the orthopedic would say that's my hip, but it's not. My hip is right here. He said, but it's like where the bone is right here. But when it pops, I can get it to pop. I know it's out of place, but they don't want to say that. They want to do surgery so they can get bukus of money. And I'm like, nope, you're not doing surgery. I will figure something else out. I'm going to add some salt, some garlic, and me doing that lately may be one of the reasons why, because, standing on my tiptoes is actually stretching that also, which is supposed to be good for it. No, that's when they had told me I had fibromyalgia. Keep exercising, it helps the muscles. I'm like some doctors, I don't think they understand. I looked at that doctor and said, I hope you never get that stuff. Hey, Heather! I am cooking first because this is my meal for first of the year. I'm going to have to add some more olive oil. Those traditions we have on the first day of the first month or the first of the year, or New Year's, or what you eat, or things you do. Then I'm going to add some black eyed peas with no stewed tomatoes. No, thank you. Well, I love black eyed peas. I could sit here and just eat those just by themselves. So I'm going to cook it all in one thing. I'm just going to use a bowl because this is finished cooking. We'll head over to the table. Eat a little bit, and I'll eat, and then we'll do we'll pull out that pattern. And there goes the sausage. Yes, let's talk to the objects and make them behave. That's like, if you hold your mouth just right, the jar will finally open. All right. And get that in there. Put this back in the fridge. And turkey. That's one thing about turkey I'll do, like, it doesn't take long for it to cook. That cooks up pretty fast. I was sitting there, Anastasia. I was upstairs with Anastasia and looking at something, and it showed biscuits and gravy, or gravy and something another. And I looked at her. I was like, "Oh, that looks good." Sausage gravy. I'm like, then this yesterday, yeah, they were making breakfast, and my son had toasted some bread, but the way he toasted it, it looked so good. I said, that looks like French toast. He goes, "It's not French toast." I said, "I know." I said, "But it reminded me of French toast." He goes, "Every time we find the Texas toast that has no milk, the next time we go get it, it's gone. The sticker for it's gone. There's no place for it." He goes, "It's like it disappeared." I was like, "I know." I made chicken and dumplings tonight. Oh, that sounds good. Well, I've been trying to keep up with my mystery quilt. I'm only on clue 3. The reveal of clue 7 should be tomorrow. I'm behind. It's okay. I was behind on responding to comments and everything, so it took me like 3 hours to get through all the comments and people been commenting on the videos. I was like, oh boy, I need to hurry up and get that done. Try not to get too far behind on that. All right, here we go. Irish eyes are smiling. La 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 la. All right, put some water in this. Let that soak. I'll put that away in a minute. All right. All right. The can can just sit right there. I cannot hold the cane, the computer, and the bowl all at the same time. I will do this. Just turn the light off before I leave the kitchen. All right. You take your arm and turn the light off. Whee! I did get my table cleared up. Butter cabbage or noodles sounds delicious. Oh, it's so good. It's olive oil, but I love butter. Everything tastes better with butter. Lord, we thank you for this food, and thank you for people here in the chat and TV and replay watchers. We thank you for bringing us into a new year with blessings and things to come that you can do exceedingly abundantly above all we ask or imagine. Thank you, bless those tonight, wherever they are, whatever they're doing. Bless their hands and what they work with. In Jesus' name, amen. All right. I know. Cabbage. I love cabbage. But see, I stopped getting cabbage was because I was doing was trying to go by the eat right for your blood type. And the different cabbages he said not to eat. So I had to go back and look, and I think he said white cabbage or green cabbage or something like that. So I took the cabbage off the list, but I was like, I want cabbage for New Year's Day. Because that's tradition. All right, let me go get my cup. And get my cup and the cane. So I've been using the cane more today, and that's been helping my hip also. So I'm going to try to do this year is try to get to a chiropractor and see and get x-rays on from his view and see what's actually going on with my hip and everything. Because like I said, it could just need adjustment and that'd be it. Not no $50,000 surgery thing or something. I do black eyed peas, turkey sausage, and cabbage. Either I added too much salt or I didn't mix the salt enough. That salt shaker has the big holes. So when you gotta shake it, it's like it comes out fast. And I didn't take it off the top and put it like I usually do. In the top and then sprinkle on in. And just get a few more bites in. So I can say I had my meal on New Year's Day. And get me some water. Now we do have my son and daughter-in-law. Oh, you're kidding me. I forgot to drink the rest of the tea. So now it's watered down tea in there. A chiropractor, that's like $20 or $30 a visit. But I need to call and find out exactly what the initial visit, what insurance he takes, and all that good stuff. If it's only like $20 and he can tell me, oh, we just need to adjust it this way, I'm good with that. Yeah, but I love I've always loved black eyed peas. Any kind of bean you ask me, between it'll be always black eyed peas. Alrighty, I had my meal for the day. It makes me think of, from there should be showers and blessings sent from the Father above. There should be seasons refreshing. I don't know what sounds like, looking it up. Sent from the Savior above. Showers of blessings. Showers of blessings we need. Mercy drops when the are falling. Oh, for the showers we plead. Alrighty. Just getting some things straightened up around here. Moved around. I'm going to plug up my phone. Oh, come on. It's right there. Alrighty. So we're going to look at this pattern. This is the one I'm doing. And Heather, I did not get to make that video today. I will make it tomorrow and upload it tomorrow. Hey, Donnie and Jennifer. Oh, yeah, water down. Tea, water down. So we're doing F. And whether it says body measurements plus size 45 inches or 60 inches. So I think I'll do the 60 inches just because I don't. And it says without nap, with nap, or with or without nap. Okay. Those who are sewers and everything, I have no idea what nap is. So what does it mean with nap or without nap? Oh, yeah. I saw you walking video. Alrighty. So, right, so here, right here on here. So I'm going to be doing F right there. I know, but those other ones, this is like a shorter sling. So it's a EF. I think that's the back. Where F is at, right here, that's the front, and I think that's the back. Alrighty. And there has been a smudge on my glasses all day long. I have cleaned these things for or Terry had a nap. The Lord too. Yeah, but that's what it says. Right down here. With or without nap. And it's funny how some words rub hand across fabric. It changes color, kind like when you vacuum a rug. Oh, okay. Yeah, that doesn't change. Okay, now I know what you're talking about. No, that one doesn't change. Then it has a nap. Thank you. Thank y'all so much. I'm just like, oh my goodness. So now this fabric. That was really fun. No, it doesn't do that. But yes, we chose. See, I got also. We'll sew that one night when I'm doing this. But this is the one that we chose to make the shirt. And then it shows, the different cutouts. And F is probably on the back. Because that's A, B, C, D, E. F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P. Oh, no. All right. Let's get this back like this. It says E. it has so is E and F. I think E and F is what they were showing, is that E and F are the same. It's just that one, like, okay, so F and E, I think they're the same. The only difference is the frill things right there that they put on E. Happy New Year. Hey, Misha. Because A, it says A, B. Okay, so yeah, A, B is the same. So A, B. C is different than D. And then E and F are the same, except for on E, it has all those frilly things. So here is our pattern. On the pattern, it does show F. Oh my goodness gracious. Yeah, this is. So that has color A, B, back flounce E, front flounce E, front flounce F, front 2 is bodice. Okay, we're going to fold this back up. So before anything else, we're going to read this. All right, nice and folded. So I can go back in the package bag. All right, so that's everything there. Then we're going to look at this. Hey, Darlene, how you doing? Happy New Year. All right, so E top, use pieces 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 10, 12, and 13. And then that's the 44 inches, 45 inches with nap, sizes 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. And then that was for A. For B, 45 inches, 44 to 45 inches with nap sizes 20, 22, 24, 26, and 28. So then it shows it like that with E. So is that the on the fold? So would you fold? You unfold the pattern over. You cut the pattern out, then you fold the fabric over, right? You fold the fabric that you're going to use. You fold it over, and then you lay the pieces of the cut out pattern on top of the fabric, and then you cut that, is my understanding. Yeah, because I'm going to do a size 24, just to be on the safe side. All right, sweet, good. See, that part I understand. I just had to get out of my mind and out of my mouth at the right way. All right, then with the general directions, the pattern symbols, talking about the gray line, place solid line, center front or back garment, notches, dots, cutting line, lengthen or shorten lines, adjust if needed. It tells you how to before cutting, after cutting. Sewing, sew garment following sewing directions. Pin or machine based seams, matching notches, stitches, seams otherwise stated. Press seams open unless otherwise indicated. Clipping when necessary. So seams will lie flat. Trim seams to reduce bulk as shown. So that's those pictures right there. What Heather said. Hold on. Some making pieces may be placed on the fold side of the fabric. Okay. Fold your fabric, then lay pieces where they say lay and fold. Okay. Yeah, and then it says continue on page 2. That's Spanish. I know a little Spanish, but I don't know enough to read Spanish. All right, let's see here. There we go. F is up here at the top. So there we go. F, use pieces 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 14, and 15. 45. All right, so 5A, 5B, and then 5C. So I'll say I should go with, I'll measure myself later to make sure we get the right measurements. Because 5B is 45 inches, 44 to 45 inches with dap sizes 20W, 22W, 24, 26, and 28. And then 58 to 60 inches with nap all sizes. So, and they do have it in Spanish too. I'm not knocking that. I was like, I just don't know how to read Spanish. Maybe a few words. That is one of my goals for 2026 is to learn another language. Our library gives free classes online, and it's at your own pace. You just log in and go about what you want to do. So, and they, oh my goodness, say like I know 50 at least, probably more than that. Yeah. Hola, ¿cómo está? Muy bien. Sí, señorita. No. I'm going to say, español. De nada, gracias. You know, the little words that you start off a conversation with, and then after that, I'm like, oh, no, no, no. Oh. All right, so there we go. Tops A, B, C, D, E, F. Stay stitched bodice front and bodice back, neck edges, and then so that's talking about the bodice of it. So that's all that right there. The shoulder seams, and you go to this looks like the shoulder also, the sleeve part right there on the edge. Then press 1/4 inch on the edges of shoulder seam allowance below small dot. So yeah, I will measure myself tomorrow to see exactly. Oh, then they show you how to, I think it's to gather flour, stitch along the gathering line using a long stitch, machine stitch. Oh, okay. So apparently they might have the flower pattern and then that you could cut out and do that also. So yeah, we're going to be doing this. All right, come on, get back together correctly because all right. So now I need to look at everything I need besides just the fabric and the thread. Hey, that's pretty cool. It says U.S. and Canada toll free. 1-888-588-2700. Simplicity.com. So I guess you could call, yeah, I would like to learn how to, more Spanish than I know. All right. All right. So put all this back together because it says notions thread 1 package of 1/4 inch wide elastic, which is in the tote underneath the table right here. So that I will have to pull out tomorrow and get either tomorrow or Saturday because we were supposed to Anastasia and her dad was supposed to take off their ornament, which is the Little Mermaid and her dad, and they didn't. They forgot all about today, so it's like I didn't say nothing. They were just enjoying the day, and so the tree doesn't come down to they're the first ornament to be put on. That's the first ornament to be taken off. So we were supposed to be finished taking down the tree tomorrow and all that stuff, and like I have it lit up. Plugged it in because I was like, I'm gonna plug it in for a couple more days. But yeah, I will pull that tote out tomorrow to get the elastic stuff and everything, and then I'll have out the fabric I have that's in that tote, and I'll show y'all tomorrow night. So tomorrow nights I'll be going later live on Our Treasure Home because I go live on Friday nights on Cooking Dairy Free and I Forgot with Nancy. So I'm doing live tomorrow. I think I wrote down what I was doing. yes, I am making, I got some cauliflower left over and I have the cheese sauce. So I'll be making something with that tomorrow night. That's what it says. A 1/4-inch wide elastic, one package of a half wide single fold bias tape. So look for simplicity notions in rates trim. Alright. Now here's a question. Do I actually have to have the bias tape? Because I don't think I have that. If I did have any, it's in storage. In the craft drawers. Yeah, in the craft drawers. That's exactly where it's at. Because I know what it looks like, and I'm just like, yeah, that's in storage. And I have no idea where they stuck everything. We can use fabric to make the bias tape. Okay, that's cool. Well, if I have enough left over of that, I'll just make it with that same material then. I know because you can get those little tool things and everything. I see them all the time advertised, to make the bias tape. So, I don't know. I'm like trying to use up what I had before I buy more. Bias tape. So, I'm trying to think. I'm going to bring this up. Yes, it's basically just a trim. Oh, okay. You can use your iron fold. Oh, that's so sweet. I think it's simple. Simple, the simpler the better. Okay, so like on the top one, you can't see it as well as you can on E. So the trim would be like right there on the neckline, right there. Is what I'm thinking they're talking about. Yeah, I'm not gonna do the flower things. I'll just leave it plain. That'd be fine. Cause I also like the drape thing, but that's like down the road. It's used to cover seam to keep from unraveling. You can use a zigzag stitch. Sweet, because my brother machine over there has, what's this, 30 stitches or 27? Come on. I know there's stuff on the cords. All right, let me set that right there. What in the world? That is the cord for the iron. All right. Trying to get the cord. That's not the one I want. This is the one I want. So it's not all tangled up. No, whatever. So this is my sewing machine. And it's the XM2701. It has 27 stitches on it. So I do have a zigzag. And this, Miss Anastasia drew that for me a few years ago. I love you, axolotl. Means I love you, axolotl a lot. So she asked me, she goes, you can put it, so I put it on sewing machine so I can see it all the time. But those are the stitches I have. And I have played around with learning how to do these stitches, how to find where. I think it's at this one or this one. Yeah. So I'm still learning about what all this means. So the SS is for these stitches down here. which would be from 15 to 27. And those are pretty fun stitches. One looks like, these look like a tree. And then you have the 0 and then the F. And I usually leave it on the 4. So X 2701. That's an XM. XM 2701. So, and my other machine, I thought it was the machine. It was just, I hadn't really learned about the tension and how to change the tension and move it up and do that stuff, which is, I think, this one right here. And then your stitches. This is the stitches and this is the tension. I'm still learning. So, it's like, the way it looks like it shows, the stitches are smaller than they are wider this way. So usually I've just been using the straight stitch. Okay, so usually I've been using the straight stitch. I do have a buttonhole maker. I may have it over there. If not, that piece is in storage. It's like, we weren't thinking a lot of stuff. I was just like, put everything in storage so we have to hear about stuff and we could go back later and get it. And then he told me that he goes, we were organizing. He goes, but then we just got to the point where we would just start putting stuff in. He goes, we just couldn't. Yeah, we have a lot of stuff. But that's what the basement's supposed to be for. But, you know, I have learned one thing. If I have learned anything at all over the past 12 years we've been here, is when how you speak is what the Lord listens to, you know. So when I started saying, no, we lived here, it was okay. It wasn't the best and it wasn't the worst. It was what we could afford. And when I started saying, no, this needs to be changed, that needs to be changed. And I was listening to Joyce Meyer and a few other Charles Stanley. And when I started putting my foot down about certain situations, Lord moved us to a different place. And the next place was a nicer, well, it's just right down the road from where we're at now. So better than the area that we were. A lot better. Crime is everywhere, and that's just a given thing. But, you know, better area. And then we moved from that one to the one across the street from it. It was still a 2-bedroom, but it had a washer and dryer, where we didn't have to go to the laundromat on Saturdays. On the 2 days my son had off from work, one day is grocery shopping, the other day is laundromat. So we're able to get the one that had a washer and dryer. And things were going on, and as soon as I was like, I'll put my foot down again and showed the piece of paper, like, I know what you're doing. You ain't doing it here. You get 30 days you to leave. The Lord opened this place because it had the basement. We wouldn't have to pay for storage anymore and everything. And that's just like every single time we feel like I get ahead, it's like 2 steps backwards. And I was like, wait a minute. Every time we moved, I put my foot down about something. I said no and kept my focus on the Lord. And then, because I wanted to start the channel at the other apartment, and I was told, no, wait till we move. So we moved here in October. November, I started the channel. And someone kept saying, no, don't do it. We don't want, she didn't want it done. I'm just like, this is my thing. I'm going to do it. And so I did it. So that's like every single time I've said, all right, no, this is what I'm going to do. The Lord told me to do this. I'm going to do this. So now the Lord's told me, this is what I want you to do with the channel. This is what I want you to do with your goals. This is what I need you to do with the cookbook and the menu first before anything else. I got all this lined up for you, but he's waiting for me, just like all other times. And I'm going to tell you, when you sit there and you get that, you walk so close to the Lord. I know this turned up to a Bible lesson, but you walk so close with the Lord, and all of a sudden you just think of things that you would like, because those secret desires of your heart, or you may even just whisper it, and all of a sudden, a month later, something. I'm gonna give you an example. When we go into, it's called Hilliard, and down farther where there's apartments, and there's just some land right there and everything. Well, Menards, we have Menards, and well, Menards is an hour away from us. Whichever way we go, it's still an hour away. And I saw that property there. I was like, Lord, just one day we were just going by, and I was saying, Lord, it'd be nice to be on Menards over there, so we didn't have to go so far to go to Menards. And it went about a couple months later, because there was a big old for sale sign on the land and everything. And we were going to the grocery store, and all of a sudden, a big old sign right there, coming soon, Menards. Now, you talking about a little kind of like nervous, but excited and everything else. And it's like, oh, Lord, okay. So you did hear me. It's like, ooh. So, and then, but, we get tired and everything, and then we put our goals on the back burner because other things come up and everything. And exactly, Misha, and I'm just like, no, that's part of my goals this year is, yes, I pray, I watch different preachers and everything, but my own personal Bible study, I do one day, I don't do the next day, and I'm back and forth, I missed it, and then I'm like, then your soul is going like, hey, wait a minute, we were doing that Bible study thing over there in that book. Missed some pages or something or another, so that's part of my goals, and I'm gonna get the calendar out here in just a minute. But I was just like, when you start doing things, it's like, and then the Lord, it was kind of just something I said underneath my breath. And that wasn't the only one. It was something else. And I was like, but that's the main thing that sticks. And every time I go by there, I'm just like, it's like a reminder. The Lord reminds you, I hear you. It's like those, I say little windows. That was a huge window. Your machine is one I got for my daughter and granddaughter this year. I know. I love this machine. So, because, even though I can't do the buttonhole, I can buy the thing over again to do the buttonhole. But, yeah, I like those trees that have a little, like a shell design and everything. And I do have the zigzag stitch. So, it's pretty cool. I just didn't know where you would use like from 15 to other stitches. I guess it's like if you're like doing quilting or whatever. Let me show you all that. Let me get that piece. So I do have some of my sewing stuff here. And I do have the thread because I end up buying more thread again. So this is the piece that I can put on there to do quilting. Like the designs, like if you did the straight things, or if you wanted to do like just turn the fabric and do whatever. And I was like, it took me like 6 times to watch a video. Stop and look, stop and look, stop and look, to how to change the foot to put this on and then take it and change it back. So I was like, oh my goodness. But I still have pins. Now I have, this is pink thread, but I do have some blue thread. And my roller thing, I think that's cool. Like, wow. I think more feels like a massage than it does anything else. Free quilting foot, yes. Oh, this is that's a loom hook to do like oh my goodness gracious. I'll think of one in a minute. But then I have the measuring tool. And I have extra needles. And then these I can change out the needle in the sewing machine. But I have lots of straight pins. I have the little cozy clampers, but that's what I do. That's what I do. And yeah, knit hats. Every machine is different. Hard to remember all of them. Exactly. Knit hats. And I have roller cutters, the rotary colors and regular scissors to cut the fabric. But these things, I like these things. The hold still using the pins. And then I have a lot of extra of the bobbins. So you can, and then someone sent me these things that go on the thread to keep the thread from unraveling, which I think is pretty cool. Then I have a mini seam ripper. Just a little surprise. I have been back here the whole time. I knew you were. Hey, a game piece from the game. Sorry. The popper thing, the popper and new things. I had some chalk stuff, and then I had pens to sit there and mark where when you mark the fabric so you cut it. But these were like either 50 or 100, and it came in this little tin. And I think that's the cutest thing. That's what's on one side. And that's on the other side. And then that's on the top. I like that. So, like old-fashioned and nostalgic. Heather, did you look up the machine for a free manual to print? Quilt clips. Yeah. Rebecca is working. I know. That's so funny. So yeah, I got all those. So that's why I want to make sure that what this says on the package I have. I don't want to cut it out and then cut the fabric out, and then I don't have everything to put together, because then that's when I put things to the side and then I don't get back to it. I thought about it, but I kept thinking I need a new one soon. I need a new one soon. I have an embroidery machine, Heather. I want to make labels for my quilts. Possible baseball caps. Oh, that's cool. I do have a singer I pick up for $20. See, I have the other brother machine. Sometimes you just need a mod in the back. Yeah, you got that right. Well, the troll's been quiet, so that was good all through Christmas. Except for one. But my other brother machine is the Project Runway and everything. And I thought it was the machine that was something wrong with the machine. The only thing that happened to it is this piece that holds the thread broke. But I found a way I can replace that part because this one came with an extra one. But that machine is in storage because I wanted to keep that one because when we get a house, I want to set that up in my room. And then or we may have a craft room and everything. Alrighty. Let's pick up like this. Oh, that's what I wanted to show y'all. This will be coming doing this thing. I'd be sitting here and hear this thing pop. Like, what are you popping for? You're not supposed to seal or anything. This is my homemade vanilla. And I started this one August 31st, 2024. So, September, October, November, December, January. Not quite yet ready, but it looks so pretty. I have 3 of those jars. So I'm like, yeah. Because I would like to use those when I bake instead of a baked vanilla. And then the Chex Mix. Well, it's a kind of a Chex Mix. It has the corn. The other ones are Walmart brand with the like oat squares or something. The pretzels, the nuts, and I put cranberries in there. I showed y'all last night. So Anastasia, like I said, she ate all the Brazilian nuts. She goes, you can have the rest. I was like, here, let's go. But that's okay. Tonight we finished eating the not all the sausage balls, but most of them. I have a Kenmore sewing machine. Love it. Vanilla should be good to use. Nice. That's good to know. And then while we have the sewing machine out, when I'm sewing the shirt and everything, we're going to sew this. Yeah, so these projects, like I said, I have a treadle too that is a project I hope can start using. Oh, that is awesome. So yes, and then we're going to put this together. I'll finish cutting it out and we'll put this together. So yes, lots of projects, lots of things that need to be done and finished up. Like I said, it has preliminary steps. Read through all instructions before beginning. Cut out all pattern pieces along outer edges. Use a fourth of seam allowance unless otherwise specified. Unless it specifically says so. There we go. Oh, specifically. And it says, turn upper pocket edge under a fourth of an inch, then a fourth inch again and stitch on the first fold. So these must be the pockets. Those are the pockets. But if I go by the picture, alright, so there we go. I guess, yeah, and fold it like there and then fold it again. Because now I see it shows on the picture just the flower part right there, the flower part, which would be this part right here. So this is the seam. And it says, attaching pocket to apron. Place right side of pocket next to the wrong side of apron, having bottom ram edges even. With pocket on top, stitch pocket to apron across bottom. So you would have to sit there, and when you put it like, you would have to go like this in order to have the pocket there. No? My son asked me that yesterday. It's so funny. We was talking about the Lego that I put together, the flower. He goes, did you follow the directions? I said, yeah, I looked at the pictures and I put it together. He goes, that's like a boomer. I said, will you please get in your head? I am not a boomer. He goes, okay, a Gen X. I said, okay, wait a minute. So this is the way my mind has always thought, has always done things. I'll look at the picture, see how it looks. I'll look at the picture because I'll start reading the directions, and then my mind goes, that doesn't sound right. Just look at the picture, and we can go by the picture and make what is on the picture. My dad used to do that. And my mama gets so mad at him putting shelves together. Say his name. And let me read the directions first. I can put it together. He get halfway through. He gets so frustrated. I've collected a lot of vintage machines over the years. I'm honored to be of a hand down to me. I love my Trello too. I never use it much, and my ex-sister-in-law gave it to me. Oh, that is awesome. Yeah, Rita, she loves her Trello machine. She uses them all the time. And then it talks about place RAM raw edges. I'm telling you, it looks like it says RAM. Look at those words. Now see? Don't that look like it says an M and not a W? Like raw edges. Oh my goodness gracious. A pocket even with size of apron, pin to hold in place to array to hem. Match topping of stitching line on pocket to the dotted on apron. I see no dotted on apron. Oh, that dot. It says dotted. Not, oh my goodness gracious. It said dotted, not dot. To dot on apron. Stitch pocket to apron using stitching line as a guide. Oh my goodness gracious. I think sometimes we just make things harder than what they really are. All right. And then it talks about the apron ties and finishing the apron. So I'll cut this out along when we cut all that out and put all this together. And like I said, if I can't put it on just yet, Anastasia can wear it. This. Keep that. I think that'd be cute just to hang up like in a frame. Kind of maybe get another piece of fabric and put it on there and frame it up or something. Because we got this and this part. I have to look and find the other part. I know I had it because I had this all together. Well, I may have to come up with a part for that. Oh my goodness. I don't think it's in the other one. Oh, here it is. Stuck with the rabbit. So that's the top part of the back part of the neck of the apron that goes around. So like I said, I've got zippers to make those quilted handbag and stuff like that. So I want to make those too. So all this back folded over. So all the pieces are together. There we go. Squeeze the air out. Plug up the computer before it starts blinking at me and telling me the battery's dying. There we go. All right. I think this is charged, which is good. All right. So those are the plans with that. So let me get the notebook. A notebook, calendar. So I got this. If you go to Amazon, when you go on, you have an Amazon account, and you just log in, up at the search bar, type Amazon warehouse and click enter. And on the side, it'll show all kinds of stuff. Let's see if it'll show it. And they have on their website, their warehouse, where you get stuff for inexpensive. All right. So you go to your Amazon. All right. You just type in. Let's see. There you go. You type in Amazon warehouse. And then it brings up different departments you can click on. Now on the desktop, it'll have a list on the left side and everything. On Alright, so we'll just go to Office. And then it'll bring up different stuff. And then you can hit the filter. So we'll filter. Oh, come on. Alright. So you would just click on right there. Come on. And then it takes you to the list. So you can scroll list. Arts and crafts, sewing, books, cell phones and accessory, clothing, shoes, jewelry, electronics, home and kitchen, industrial and scientific, musical instruments, office products, sports, and outdoors. So we'll hit office products. And then it'll bring all that up. And you can click on top brands, deals up to 150, and then get it today, get it tomorrow. So, and you can, let's see, it's supposed to be where you can see. That's why I don't like doing stuff like this on the phone, because I can't find where you like high to low or low to high to click on the prices. All right, so then it goes up to 50. All right. What's that one? Oh, okay. So on the phone, if you're on your phone, hit this blue button right here. And then it gives you your filters. Sort by price low to high. Show results. And then like you got, and sometimes they have some better deals than that, but that's how I found stickers, and there's these books right here. Well, right now that don't look like it's a good deal at all. This one right here, I got like a couple bucks. All right, so let's see here. We do high to low. Now, a package like 5 ring binders, 2 packs of 5-inch 3-ring binders. It's like this is $50. So, me, I'm on the cheap end. That's how I do the low to high. All right. So, go back here. And then you can put in there, you should be, while you still in that part like that, what you're looking for. Let's see here. That's not what I want. And a lot of times it's just what you're looking for. Because it's like shopping anywhere else. Like if you go to Office Depot or Walmart, we all know Walmart's cheaper but sometimes than the sales and everything else. But that's how I got these. All right, let's see here. Well, that's an option also. All right, so let's do this. Kitchen resale. Home and kitchen. We'll do price deals. So depending on what price, it's still not doing what I want it to do. I want to sort low or high. All right, there we go. So that water thing normally is like what, $16. It's $4.25. So it depends on what you're looking for and everything. You can find some good deals on there. um, so you know, it's I think they're competing with Temu and all the other ones and everything else. But I found, like I said, these notebooks, and I got the calendar, this calendar, and I did plant one year by the moon phases, but that's kind of like difficult to keep up with now, and I'm just like, no, I ain't doing it. It does work in some things, when some it didn't. So that I need to. Yeah, because I had to go in and write down what the moon was on what day and everything else. And then when it was a waning moon and a waxing moon, the rest, I'm just like, okay, I'm done with that. So what I can do is get white out and just white all that out. And then we got January. So, and it says 22. Well, I can cross that out and put 26 there. And then it almost starts doing this, there. You can just go in and put in the day, the month starts and everything. And then put your goals. So, month of January, we have by the 31st, we will have a project soon. And you know what your project is, but you've got it written down. And then I can hang that up right there so I can see it. So I can look at it every day. Oh, yeah, I need to be working on that project. So that's February, March to the 26th. So I know by March 30th, first, I can just write over here, have cookbook ready. Done and ready. That is my goal. And by March, to have my cookbook done and ready to be published, printed, or something, like that. Another goal, like in January, so I can put it like in the middle of the month or something, another video for leisure arts. So I know what video that is. I need to make that video of that Aragorumi or what have. Anastasia will correct me. The little animal thing that I'm supposed to have netted by now. So what I did here in this book I went through, I crossed out the top year and then fixed all the dates and write down what I'm thinking of at that point in time. Okay, what we're doing tonight, then Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night, and have this where it's accessible. If I want to put it down there, I can have it on the table. And these I just used for like plans for the channel and my affiliates. So I write all those down, and then the plans for the channel, I don't even keep whether what month or anything because I just use it all. This one was for the garden and the channel, but this one kind of fell apart. So I was just like, I've tried to put this thing back together, and I'm just like, it's all right. That kind, so you can add or change out the stuff in it and everything, and it's just like won't stick together. So I've used that for 2024, and so this one I just keep underneath the desk. So what you can do is get you a notebook and write down, okay, so where is it? Just get you a plain notebook. And you write down, we'll start with number 1. All right, so goals for 2026. So a project. So that's one goal I want to do. Sew a project. Well, we get that shirt and apron. The second goal is I gotta sew the pillow. So I'm thinking all the craft goals, and then crochet the woolly mammoth. So I gotta do the little animal, and then other crochet projects I probably could do throughout the year. So projects through the year, and that'd be like mittens and gloves, blankets, etc. like that. So then you just start making your list. So once you get, to me, it's easier. I make a list, and then I can put it on the calendar, because I can look at the list and go, oh, I don't feel like doing that today. Oh, I'll do that one another day. Oh no, I want to pull out that sewing machine over there. Because I was like, it's over there. And it's what? 1-2 steps. I'm at the sewing machine, but I talked myself out of it, of things to do. I was like, all right, get the sewing machine, get it out. No, I gotta clean the table off to do that. It's not hard. Just put the stuff on the bed and then put it back on the table when I'm done. So my goal, one of my main goals, is to stop talking myself out of doing stuff. Out of doing things. And it's more so personal, like the sewing stuff, like personal things, making the shirt. Oh, I don't know what that means, and then not thinking, oh, I know a lot of people who sew. I just need to ask, can y'all help how to do this? I started my first quilt for my grandbaby. Oh, that's so good. That's so adorable. Oh, that baby's gonna be spoiled rotten. But you know what? Everybody kept telling me when my kids were born, oh yeah, just alone. Don't you spoil your kids. I'm like, loving on your children has nothing about being spoiled. You can never love your child or grandchild too much. I don't want to hear that mess. Hold on. All right, that's an easy answer. All right, so yeah, and my mindset sometimes, you know, all right, so my mindset when I was younger was someone told me, "Oh, you can't sew that," I would go say, "I'm gonna show you I can," and that's the way I was. I mean, I guess it was stubborn on one end, and but I was gonna show you I could do it. But then after getting hurt and injuries and slipping and falling, and then mobility wise and everything, it was hard, and you know the fibromyalgia sometimes gets me, and because I'll go lay down and I'll take a 5 minute nap. It's an hour or so. Sometimes it's 5 minutes, sometimes it's an hour or whatever. But then I get up and I'm like, that's how I know something's happened while I'm sleeping, because I'll be all right. Just that little, like brain fog tiredness. But I wake up and like my mind is like, what's going on? Where am I? And or what day is this? And I'm like, okay. So something happened when I slept. So that's how I know. See, with my heart, when all that was going on before the pacemaker, that they said that stuff like that would happen in my sleep. I can feel this thing, buzzing, here, there, or whatever, and they go, "Well, everything is fine. Ain't nothing, it didn't do anything." I'm like, it might not show up on your end, but I know what I feel, and I know what I feel, and everything. So, you know, that way, like, all right. So, you know, that's part of why putting things off. Of when you hurt, you don't feel good, or you get sick, you get a cold, um, you know, or you get the flu or something or another, and everything. That's understandable because you don't. But sometimes when you're sick like that, that's like you feel like wanting to do the most things. I do. You know, but I just like this year is going to be putting these goals down and getting them done and everything. So number 5 would be like like writing the cookbook and have it ready by the end of March 2026. So then I've got that written down. Oh. All right. So, I almost told her to do the wrong thing about the history. So, all right. So we got the cookbook. I want to do. I have another book that I'm writing. It's a mystery book. So I want that to be finished. So give me another 3. So that another 3 months. That'd be April, May, by the end of June. So, that's another thing on my list. So, and then as you go through your list and you're writing things down and everything, that's when you take your calendar. I just had a sucker. Right there. Then you take your calendar and you can start filling your calendar in. Because, yes, you'll have your notebook, but you put your notebook away. And then it's like, well, what I want to do. But your calendar's sitting there. So you can look over at your calendar and go, oh, okay, I know what I'm supposed to be working on now. So number 7, let's see, it was something. I plan the garden. So you got us who garden and everything. We plan that garden in January. So we'll be doing that together. So what days and how much time are you dedicating to each thing? And we'll get there. So we're planning the garden. So we got to plan that garden. Classes. So I want to take classes. Hillsdale College has free online classes. And take a language class. Learn to take a class to learn a language. And Bill Vickers, is Vicars, has a channel on YouTube to learn sign language. So that's free there. You can learn sign language. All right, so I got my number 8 right there. All right, so, and then YouTube. We're not going to leave YouTube out. YouTube channels and make videos. Now the cooking channel, I want to have videos Monday through Friday. That is my goal. Now I'm writing that down. Now, if I do that goal, I do it. If I don't, but that's one of my goals for the cooking. Treasure Home, still Monday, Wednesday, and Friday videos. And then the lives, Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday. Because Fridays are my lives on the cooking channel. All right, so I've got that down. So we'll go to our calendar. All right, so sewing. So my other book. All right. So I switched some things around. So looking at the pattern, so much so look at the pattern and cooking I did, because I was going to go over the goals and notebook tomorrow night. But since we're doing that tonight, we can I'll pull out the pattern thing again. We'll look at that. Now Sunday, I have candle making and go over goals with calendar. But since I'm doing that tonight, I can mark that off. And then switch up. Monday is my day. We will be cutting the pattern, cutting the pattern out, and maybe possibly the fabric. So my goal with the shirt, at least I want to dedicate 2 hours each night to do this. Now, if so on my calendar, I will write. So we're gonna fix this. First, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, 10th, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. No, that's the calculator. Okay. 17. All right, I'm just making sure I'm fixing these dates right. 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30. All right. So I went back and I fixed and put, where one starts Thursday and everything else. So Monday night, I'm going to do 2 hours of sewing. And that's like cutting the pattern out and and getting the, put it on the fabric and cutting that out. I'm quite sure that'll take me 2 hours. Because then I'm like, then sewing it together, I don't think that'll all happen in one night. Because that's what I learned when doing the quilt and everything. You don't have to do everything at one time and one night. They can be broken down. You can do it, whenever you have time to, or days. So that would be 2 hours, be sewing, be cutting that out and everything. Then Tuesday, we'd be sewing, because I'll put that down, sewing, and try to sew the shirt together. Sew shirt together. And then you put down another 2 hours. So that way you know how much time you're giving yourself to do things. Because I get to a point where if I try to do too much at one time, my mind gets mushy after a while, and it's like, okay, I need a break, from doing things like that. So, and then Wednesday is my regular day of healthy stuff and everything, and I'll talk about goals, what I'm going to eat this year, what I'm going to try to eat, new things I'm going to try to do with use up the flour I have here, and try to buy different other things to make breads and stuff like the spelt flour or stuff like that. So I'll put OTH live. And we'll just put health. So there we go. Then we put say 2 hours. I'm a talker. I will until I start saying so. Well, so then I start doing that. Then I know I may have run out of things to say. But then I don't really run out of things to say. I don't know. So they will do that. Then Thursday. So Thursday, I kind of like playing that one by ear because depending on the sewing, how far I get with the sewing and everything. So we'll have. My goal is to have that shirt done, but we're giving ourselves to the end of the month to have our sewing projects done. So on 31st, I wrote there, I have to have the end of the month to get sewing projects done. So that way, if something does come up on Monday or Tuesday or something during the week and I've got to put it away and everything, then I still have all these these days and everything to get to it. Um, and I still want to do a live doing that and everything. That way y'all can help me out. Right, or I could go on if I use like if somebody wants to come up on panel, I'll just have to talk about that behind the scenes and see because I don't StreamYard only have 5 hours to use and that's a thing. So and then this month, like I said, we gotta plan the garden. So that's one thing about having this calendar, but those other books I have already gone through because I companion plant. I know what goes together already. So this year I can change it up or we can fix it again. So, you know, maybe Thursday instead of sewing, we'll make talk about the garden. But then, like Monday. So next Monday, yeah, it's sewing, cutting the pattern and the fabric. Take a breather, Nancy. It's okay to cut fabric and make a mistake and everything. So, yeah, yeah, that we'll do that Monday. So depends on, like I said, depends on Monday and Tuesday how far what will be Thursday. But then again, planting a garden is a healthy thing also. So that could be like a Wednesday. So we'll talk about the garden like the 14th. We'll do that. And then my Friday is cooking. And then Friday night, I'll do the same thing like I did last time. I'll start 11:50 over here because the cooking dairy free and alpha gall is at 10:45, and I want to do an hour over there, and then I'll come and I'll close that one out and bring this one up. So I've got that written down. Now, when it comes to my book, that's during the day. So, during the day, what I'll work on is my emails, affiliate links, if I'm posting something, if I made videos, editing, all that stuff. So, like tomorrow is I got a couple of affiliate links I have to work on and everything, and post them and make videos for it. But on usually like Saturday and Sunday is videos for both channels. So I'll write that on Saturday because sometimes Saturday depends on what's going on, or when I wake up. So is when I make videos. So videos for channels. And because Anastasia's dad works on the weekends, so they're up there in Anastasia's room. Thank you, Miss Carla. And but that's what I do on the weekends. The weekends is for me to make videos. Sunday, I'm usually watching a sermon or something in the morning before I start making videos. That's my church. I could get to a church, but it's hard for me to sit in the pews, even though they're cushioned and they have cushioned seats and everything. I still, like right now, I've been getting up and down and everything, but if I sit too long, it's like doing this. I'm like, hold on to the table and pull myself up because I've sat too long. So that's why one reason I don't really go to church, a brick and mortar, though I miss doing that. I miss going to a church building. But y'all my fellowship. See, I have my fellowship right now. I got my fellowship with y'all. And so Sunday mornings, depends on what time I get up and everything, is my church. I'm watching my church services while the coffee's going and making breakfast. But usually by then, it's more brunch or lunch because I used to have to wake up when I got up and eat something and everything, and now I just don't. I sit here, get myself waking up and everything, checking emails, like I said, see what I need to do, and then on Sundays I still get emails, but sometimes I'm just swiping them off. It's just like stuff I get 2 or 3 times already. So, but then I make the videos. Monday is editing. I'm always editing. And that's taking the phone. And this is the app I was telling you about. All right, let me bring it back down. All right, so it's called YT Create. All right, bring it up. That's YouTube. YouTube's app itself. So if you go and click on the plus sign, and brings up what you've done, what you've videoed, you filmed, and everything. So you have where you can gallery, movies, all the stuff you can pick from. I'll go into projects, and it saves projects, but it will take up space on your phone. So once you do upload them to your channel and everything, you can delete them. Let's see here, which ones? All right. So I went through Winter Forest. That's where this that plays at the beginning of some of my videos, and that, or this one be at the end, at the beginning. This one is the yeah, that's the cooking channel one. Focus in. So I'll go through Wonder Forest to make those. And see, it will keep. So down here at the bottom, I can click if I want the train first or if I want that one first. Then you go to your video. Like you click that first, then go to your video, click on your video, and then you click on the one you want it to end with. All right, so let me go back to. Mm-hmm. Oh, this one will be loaded tomorrow. So, all right, so like this one, I put the little reindeer at the beginning, and then you can go through and you can add things. So, and there's a little cartoon. So if you go here, you can add text, overlay, text, stickers, generate image, sound, voiceover. So if you click on sticker, that pulls all that up. And then you can put in there and search for. So you gotta say welcome. Then it has all the little things you can choose from. Even got Snoopy in there. And then you can scroll up and you can find different other ones and everything. And you click on there what you want. Then it puts it in there and you can just move it around and make it as big or as small as you want. So then it has Snoopy yelling. And then it has, see, all right. That's the bag of someone. And that's how I get all those cute little things and everything in there. And then, you'll like, subscribe, and stuff. I stopped saying that a long time ago because, one, it got tiring, and I'm like, by now people are all over YouTube. They know to like, subscribe, comment, and all that other stuff. So then I add my ending. And I actually put both with the same thing. So you can do the same thing. You can do the different ones. All right, so let's see here. I'm trying to find what I did. All right. So with this one, that's a train also. But now that Christmas over with, I have to go in there and choose some other things and everything. And then once it's finished, alright, so once it's finished, you click on your arrow. Make sure I got some music to this. Alright, cool, I don't. So if you want to add music, so this one has no music. No sound whatsoever. Because sometimes, like when you use Canva or trying to get different ones done, I'm hoping I will put them on the store. Awesome. So you working on the aprons? Woohoo! Oh my goodness. Alright, so with this one, if you want to, so there's no sound. So I come over here where it says sound. Click on seasonal. And you got jingle bells. You got all different ones. I'm Joy to the World. I've been using We Wish You a Merry Christmas. Alright, so, and then, you have different songs. Then you have different genres. You got, oh no, I didn't want to put that there. So if you put something there and you accidentally you got the little trash can, you can just take that off. Because all this is on your editing, on your, when you go on your laptop or your desktop or whatever, that's all in the editor on YouTube. So it's all right there on the app. Alright, so that one I want on there. And it's going to pull on there for how many seconds you have on there. And then we'll load it there. I don't know if I could let it play or not, because it's YouTube, it's stuff itself. But so once it's there, then you hit the arrow, hit export, and it exports it. And then it says ready. It says upload, so you can upload it to your channel, or you can go back and then go back to home, go to your projects, and it's right there at the top. So then when you go into, hit the plus sign to do your editing on your video, you can click that one first, then click on another video, and then put the ending to it. Hey Paul, how you doing? So that's Mondays, and it depends on how long your video is, how long you're going to sit there and takes to edit. So a 15-minute video, between a 10 to 15-minute video may take me 30 minutes. Depends on what I put in there and how I set it up. Anything under 10 minutes probably takes me about 20. So I'll double the time. So if I make a 30-minute video for the cooking channel, it's going to take me longer to sit down and go through all that and what I want to put in there and everything. So that's why Mondays are my editing days, and that's like all day. Tuesdays, I normally work on affiliate links and check those and see how they're working. If I need to put anything in the post or anything like that. Now, one thing I like about the Hillsdale College, the free online classes, is, they're free and you can do them anytime. So that's something about working into, if I'm going to do it at nighttime, do I want to do it at nighttime? Do I want to do it on a day? I try to do YouTube stuff from 9 to 6, 8 to 6. Sometimes, like tonight, I was still doing stuff later on and everything. So it just depends on how the day goes. When it comes to like the cookbook, that's why I need to sit and put in here on the calendar each day how many hours I want to do on that, because there's recipes I have saved on the computer. There's a tab. There's recipes I've written down. They're over there. Some are stuck over there. I've got a notebook underneath the table. I've got recipes. So I really take 3 days to really get them all together so I can get recipes together. And, kind of like put an arrow. So like Thursday, even though I know Thursday I'm going live, I put it there, get recipes together. So that way I'm not on the computer. I'm over there looking through books, looking through cookbooks, looking at the notebooks, getting the papers that we've had loosely paper that we've written recipes down. So I'm stuck in cookbooks. So I'm just laying over there and start getting all that together. So that means I need to have my table cleaned off. So it's like, oh my goodness. Because I still have yarn sitting over here. It needs to be put away. And just other stuff. Like the jalapeno gummy thing. I need to make videos for that. So that's the goal for the weekend, making those videos. And as far as like, that one be easy because I'm not breaking that video up. It's not like cooking. You put something in the oven, you've got to let it bake, and then, put all those little short segments together. That one just be like the little thing I was showing y'all, and then put that video and then my ending. Like I said, now that Christmas is over, I'll have to go in there and make some other ones. Because, one thing with Winter Forest, they do have a free thing, and they let you keep up to 50, like intros. You got intros, outros, all kinds of stuff, that you can do there, and it saves up to 50. And then if you want more to save, you have to pay for it. But if you've already got something downloaded and you're not going to change anything, you just delete them out and then keep on rotating. So let's see here. Then Saturday night, we got Bible study. And so, then I'll go in there and write my normal days until, I reach the watch hours and everything. So it's like, okay. So we didn't reach that goal for 2025, which is okay. So now I have a new goal for 2026. So we can write that in our notebook. Watch our goals for a K marathon. And then we keep on going until that happens. How to ask, have I gotten used to being live every night? I don't know. I think I'm getting there. I don't know. It's like, my Sundays and Tuesdays and Thursdays was the days I won't live and everything. And I was like, those days I could relax. But now I'm like, oh, once I make those hours when I still know, because I would crochet at nighttime and everything. And I was like, I don't know. I might be doing other things. I have signed up for seminars, and webinars are at like 7 o'clock at nighttime. So, it's like just trying to always, learn something new, look at something different, because, just keep your mind, sharp and everything. And I think, I don't know if Mr. Walter, Miss Carla was in there when I was talking about I've been figured out what's wrong with my finger, why it's swollen. Besides the knuckle needs to be popped. My son was cooking a chicken noodle dish, soup thing that they make. And I happened to look to see what he was putting in there. He put red pepper flakes. So he was putting hot stuff in there. And I'm like, okie dokie. So between the potatoes and anything that has paprika in it, or the red pepper flakes and everything, that my body just does not like right now. So now it's like, since I like the carpal tunnel, and this part, I guess, my through here is sensitive now, or whatever. That's why my finger is tight. It's not from crocheting. So I'm glad about that, because I had that little woolly mammoth to crochet. So yeah, now I got to figure out when I want to do it. I don't want to cram everything into 1 month, because then, a nightshade plant. You got that right. Um, so I don't want to cram everything into 1 month. I'm trying to do, the sewing, the crochet, and everything, because then, like I said, I'll get overwhelmed, and then one project falls off. I'm quite sure that's the one. I have it downloaded on my computer, but that's the one that I will be doing videos for. We might do it on a live. You just never know. But if I do it on live, I've got to print out the instructions for it and everything. Yes, nightshades, your tomatoes, your potatoes, your eggplants, and your peppers. So I still think maybe it's not necessarily the peppers, but as how they grown, or maybe what sprayed on them, because like I said, I grew that banana pepper and I didn't have any issues with it. Had that yellow pear tomato Didn't have any issues with it, but using those spices, I have problems. So we know it's not soy because we, you know, and we were looking at what I ate for the last couple of weeks last night on last night's live, and yeah, too many potatoes and fries as potatoes and just too much of it. And so now it's going to take a couple of weeks for it all to go through, flush out of my system. And that's why I have 2 liters of water over here, which I do have some soda, but the rest of it's water. Yep, I take a soda, drink it, then fill it up with water. I didn't put any cucumbers or nothing in it tonight. And been trying to drink 3. Actually, 2 1 liters, 2 of these is your 64 ounces of water. It may be the amount of capsaicin in the peppers, more in the seeds and vines. Yeah, it is the, let me go get it. I'll show you what he put in there. Oh, that's the wrong cap. It says red pepper flakes. That ain't red pepper flakes. That's the seeds. I think it's the seeds and the flakes. I'm like, oh my goodness. No wonder I'm itching and all and everything. My hands, body screaming like, "What are you doing to me? Because I'm gonna do this to you." And everything. So yeah. Now I'm like, I saw that and I was like, yeah, that's more than just red pepper flakes. Yeah, it's the seeds and the skins in there. I don't think he realizes that either. Because it says crushed red pepper. Because you would think it would just be red. And they said red pepper. That's just cayenne pepper. That ain't no red pepper. Look at that picture. But that's, you see what they label? They said crushed red pepper. That's cayenne pepper, right? Oh yeah, cayenne is a red pepper, but they put the wrong label on there. Maybe I need to email them and tell them that. I don't know. Oh goodness! But now we know what's going on. It's the potatoes and everything, and that's why I feel, you know, bloated too. I'm like, ugh. So I don't know. I've got cabbage in there. I've got them to get me another cabbage because I'm gonna make me some sauerkraut because I love sauerkraut. I have no issues eating that and everything. I still have that pumpkin Misha that Jeff and Tammy gave us. I need to wash it and cut it up and open it and cook it and everything, or try to. I got a food saver so I can cut it up and put it in that and put it in the freezer. And as I said, I've got ideas for the cooking channel. I could have a cooking video every day. My thing is space on the phone and SD cards. They cost money too. But then I'm like, I've got things in there in the kitchen right now. I'm thinking of that I could sit there and make videos. Well, it be main dishes, it could be desserts, it can be sides and everything. So like I said, tomorrow night I've got the cauliflower in there, and I have the Daiya cheddar cheese sauce. They have really changed up their game. Daiya has, so that I've used that, and it's really good. So I'm gonna be making something with that and all. And then let's see here. Saturday night is Bible study. Sunday night, no, we play that by ear. We make we might do 3 days, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, do some sewing and everything. Because I've got to cut out that apron, and that should be kind of an easier project to do to get me back into sewing and being comfortable doing it, and then cut that pattern out and everything. So that's what I'm going to do. Like I said, I can take the number up here. Change it from 22 to 26. And that way you know what year. Yeah. And if you're into journaling and everything, keeping things, that's a good way to, you can look back over, go, oh, I remember when we did this, and I made this and got that done and everything. So, like, oh, we make goals and we can have, we can get them done and everything. So I know I'm going to end here in a few minutes myself, because I got a kitchen to clean up and everything and all. So, but yeah, get your notebook, make you a list of your goals you want to do, and get you a calendar. They don't have to be the same year. It could be an old year or whatever, or you can print out a calendar if you got a printer and everything, and then print one out, and you can make it all fancy and everything. And then on the days, start writing, filling it in, what you want to do, what you want to have accomplished. So like on Mondays, I know it's editing. Tuesdays are affiliates, if there's anything new. Wednesdays, like I said, and so at Hillsdale College, they have one about like the Charles Dickens. Each class was maybe 30 minutes. You have a little quiz. There were 6 classes, so I just did them all right then and there. And you can go back and get till you get 100% on it. It's a quiz, 10 questions. You get a couple wrong, you go back and get take it over again till you get 100. All right, Robin, you have a good night too. And then, I got a certificate that I finished the class. So I'll, put those in and everything like that also. So that is some of my goals in getting it started and all. So thank y'all so much for being here and everything. We've had lots of fun. We'll pull up the sewing machine out again. Maybe Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. You just never know. And everything. So thank y'all for being here. Thank y'all for the chat, TV watchers and replay watchers. I greatly appreciate y'all. Tomorrow night I'll have an announcement. I'll make it either tomorrow night or Saturday night. So y'all stay tuned to what that announcement is going to be. Just fun things going on. So thank y'all for being here. Y'all have a wonderful and blessed night or day. Happy New Year. It's going to be a good year. And get some rest. Y'all have a wonderful night. God bless. Stay safe. We love y'all. And we'll see you next time tomorrow night on Our Treasure Home.